Hey, it's just me. I just wanted to send my condolences out to the people who lost their lives at the Milwaukee Miller Brewing Company. It just breaks my heart that people have to result into violence after, having a bad day at work or losing their job or something like that. There's always jobs out there for you. There's so many things and so many opportunities in your life to start over and get a new outlook on life, It didn't mean you had to take other people's lives, innocent lives, just because you had lost your job. I know that mental illness is a big issue. It has been a big issue, and I just don't understand why there's so much violence now, and there wasn't so much violence, years back. It's like, years back, it was leave it to Beaver. Everybody, Ward came home, y'all had dinner together, sat at the table, Beaver did his, chores, his homework, and brushed his teeth and went to bed. What's going on with this world? It's because parents aren't taking the time to discipline their children, to keep an eye on their children. Is it because children are coming from broken homes more often or more so often? I don't know. You guys help me out and tell me, because I am just puzzled as to why there's so much violence nowadays and there wasn't so much violence back then. Is it just because everybody had you shove your feelings underneath the desk or in the closet and not talk about it? Because mental illness wasn't something that people talked about back in the day. Being homosexual, or how your feelings for if you were gay were not talked about back in the day. You would think there would have been more suicidal thoughts and more violence back in the day, because mental illness was not treated as well as it is treated today. But then again, everything was brushed under the rug. So I don't know. I mean, did these people pass and die at an old age depressed, or do they just learn how to deal with it? I guess maybe that's why I get called a Snow White. It's just because of how I was raised. When I was raised, I was told, if you don't like somebody, just ignore them. And I try to do that. Otherwise, if I would go into work and stuff like that, I would, maybe I didn't care for you, but I would still not give you the cold shoulder. I would still say hi, and I have to tolerate you. I have to work with you. I'm not going to sit and make it awkward for you and me. It's just easier just to brush things aside and we're here for work. Let's do our work and let's get it done. But don't get me wrong. I get pissed off at people because sometimes it's like I show common courtesy, and you have some jackass even driving, cut you off, cut in front of you, do this, do that. The other day we had I would say it'd be like a week or so ago, we had some road rage here. This car wanted to cut in front of the other car. She didn't want them to cut in front. I'm sorry. She did not want them to get in front of her. So she sped up so they couldn't get in. That car, not the car that sped up, but the other car, then proceeded to throw a pop can at her car, and it landed in her window. Why she had her window open in this cold, frigid winter. Maybe it was a nice day out, 40 degrees is nice here in Wisconsin. But then her son proceeded to chuck the pop can back at the car that originally threw the pop can. And the gentleman pulled out a gun and shot. So he is on trial for shooting at her car over road rage. I think he's 19 years old. 19. Way to piss your life away for some frickin' road rage. That, seriously? so she wouldn't let you in. I mean, these people are freaking crazy nowadays. It's like, figure out your priorities. You know what I mean? I mean, do you want to go to prison for the rest of your life for shooting somebody's car because they wouldn't let you into the, in front of them? It's just beyond me, Sometimes big kids will get all freaking angry at somebody on the road, and I'm just like, my God, you don't know if they have a gun, Nobody knows who's got a gun. And it seems like men like to be tough and, I got this, but do you really got it? I mean, we can only do so much. I mean, we all can't drive around with bulletproof cars and bulletproof vests on just because people are assholes on the roads. I mean, there's always going to be some asshole on the road, so either you deal with it or you don't. I mean, they're not going to learn their lesson because they cut you off and you're pissed off and following them, and you gave them the finger or something like that. They're not going to learn their lesson. They're just still going to be that asshole. They're just going to do it to somebody else until they get pulled over. And I don't even think if they got pulled over for it, they would even get learn their lesson. There's people just do not learn their lessons. And even nowadays, like, these kids don't want to hold down jobs like they used to. When I was in high school, I held down 2 jobs, and I did when I went to high school. Nowadays, they can't find good help. They all think that they need $15, $20 an hour. No, you're in high school. You need to work your way up to earning that type of money. You don't just, get hired at Taco Bell and expect $10 to $15 an hour. I don't know. But the other day I was at Taco Bell and I said, oh my God, I don't know if they're the lowest paying fast food place around here or the lowest paying place around here, but Taco Bell has no help. And I don't know if it's like this around where you guys live or whatever, but I went in the drive-thru and they're like, it's going to be a 30-minute wait. 30 minutes for a freaking stale taco? Are you kidding me? I mean, Taco Bell isn't that great. I'm to be waiting 30 minutes for a freaking taco. Sometimes they'll close the lobby and leave the drive-thru open. I've seen them close the drive-thru and leave the lobby open. Sometimes Big Kiss and I just like to go in there and sit in there and watch the entertainment and watch it unravel. How pissed off these people get because they waited 45 minutes for a taco to be done. I mean, throw some meat, lettuce, cheese in there. I mean, what's the problem? It's just people don't want to work, I mean, that's just the way it is. They think that they make $7 an hour, or I don't know how much. I don't even know what minimum wage is anymore, but I think it's also how these parents teach their kids, If you have a parent that calls in all the time, is not reliable at their job, stuff like that, that's not teaching your child to be reliable. It's not teaching your child responsibility. Same with skipping school. Truancy is so high nowadays. Why? I mean, you're not going to learn anything if you're skipping school all the time. You're not going to graduate. And I'm so proud of my daughter for busting her ass. She has a job and she's doing school. She loves it. And she's going to be graduating this year. So I'm proud of her. Her grades are just phenomenal this year. And she is busting her ass to get where she wants to be. She either wants to be a dental hygienist or something with dental. So that'll be cool. But I told her, just do what makes you happy, you know? You don't want to do a job just because it pays well and you don't like the job that you're doing. You need to like the job you're doing, because if you're going to make a career out of it, you're going to want to stay there for a long time. And that's the thing too. Is it maybe these these jobs that don't value their employees like they used to? Back in the day, you know, somebody used to be like, I've been at this job for 30 years. I've been at this job for 40 years. You know, making it 10 years was a big thing. Nowadays, sometimes the jobs don't recognize the people that have been there long. At my old job that I had, we all had pensions. I mean, I still have a pension from there, but all of a sudden, I was working at home. I was a home agent, and I'd go in, and so-and-so was fired. So-and-so was let go. Here goes this person. Here goes that person. I was just like, okay, when is it my turn? What they were doing is they were getting rid of all the people that have been there for a long time, that have made a lot of, had worked up the ladder, made a lot of money, had the pensions, etc., and the benefits, like the insurance and stuff like that. And they were getting rid of everybody that had the benefits, because it was cheaper to hire double the amount of people, but for part-time. So next thing you know, I get called in the office saying that I didn't note on an account. Do you think they would show me that I didn't note on the account? No. They just sent me home for the day, and I no longer had a job. Did I fight it? Hell yeah, I fought it. I mean, I got unemployment for it, but what is unemployment? Wisconsin is what is it called? No fault law. If you have long hair and they can fire, like if you're a guy and you have long hair, they can fire you for that. So it's like, whatever. I just told Big Kiss, when I do my job and I'm going to go out with I'm just going to know that I tried my best and did my darnest, because I knew it was coming. I knew, because everybody was getting let go around me. And it was just because I didn't work part-time. I carried the benefits there, They didn't want to have people that had, I don't even know if they have freaking full-time people there anymore at all. But it is what it is. If that's how they want to run their company, I'm thinking they took away everybody that knew everything, because I could have done that job in my sleep. And they put in some people that are half-assing it right now. So their customers are reaping the stupidity of that company. But whatever, it is what it is. But I just wanted to get on there, here, say hi, tell you, just babbling, stuff like that. And what are your opinions, everybody? What do you think? Why is there so much violence in the world now? And why wasn't it back then? If you can send me a message on Twitter, or if you want to put a comment down here, I don't know how much room it's going to let you have, but I'm curious as to what you all think. Is it because parents aren't disciplining their children? More kids are coming from broken homes. People are not, I don't know. You tell me. But y'all have a good day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye for now.